Alright, so we back on here. We got episode 5 today. And today I'm gonna be talking about 6 key components I think you can have and develop to have a strong character. So, yeah, well before I get into it, I just wanted to mention I'm gonna start posting recipes on my Instagram soon. So if you follow my Instagram at Lil Rascal Donnie, go tap in because I'm finna be posting straight grub. So if you want some recipes, I'm gonna be doing some nutrition facts on there too, like some like TikTok type videos. So if you into that, go check that out for sure. But all right, so I got 6 of them, and this is the first one. The first one is confidence. I feel like a lot of people, me included at one point, don't really have confidence. I feel like confidence takes a long time to build. But I mean, I feel like the biggest thing you could do to gain confidence is to gain small wins. By like small wins, I mean, okay, like, just small goals and you achieve them over and over again, like just throughout your life. Like what's a good example? Uh, you wanted to get 100 on your math test, and maybe you got like a 90, you got like an 85, and then you finally get 100. That's a small win, just accumulating small wins. And I really like, uh if you don't know who this is, but David Goggins, he talks about a cookie jar. And basically his whole philosophy on that is you just going through life every day, you're just putting a cookie in a cookie jar, putting cookies in a cookie jar, putting cookies in, you know what I'm saying? You get the point. Just those small ones, putting them in a jar, not a literal jar. I mean, you could put them in a literal jar if you want, I guess, but just doing small things over time and accumulating them. And anytime, because everybody's gonna deal with self doubt. It doesn't matter how much confidence you build. It's gonna be days where you're like, I don't want to do this, or I don't know if I can do this. That's fine, but that's the moment where you go back into your head or your literal or figurative jar. If you have an actual jar of stuff you've done, I mean that's cool or whatever. Anywho, you go into the back of your head and you think of, oh, I got 100 on this math test. Oh, I got this award. Oh, I ran this race and I ran this time. Oh, I don't know. I got a new cat. Just stuff you want to do and stuff that you've done that means something to you, like deep down means something to you. And whenever you're in a dark spot in life, you can go back and be like, okay, I did that. This isn't as difficult. So let's just bulldoze through this adversity that's in front of me. So yeah, just building small wins, and whenever self doubt gonna hit, no matter what. It don't matter how good you get or how skilled or how much of a monk mindset you have. You're gonna deal with self doubt. It's natural, but it's ways to navigate around it. Just zooming out and realizing, okay, this isn't as bad, or let's just get through it. Let's just see what happens. Just little thoughts that can just get you through it, and get you where you want to be. But I think one thing I want to mention about confidence, I feel like a lot of people confuse it for arrogance. Arrogance is when you're just talking down on people and you think you're the biggest and you the baddest, you just stun on everybody when like you're just boasting. You're just boasting. And to be honest, when you boast, you probably finna fold because you can't back it up. Because with confidence, you have small wins to back it up. With arrogance, you're just talking. It's a whole bunch of yapping. You can't back it up. It's just talk. With confidence, you can talk and back it up, but you don't even need to talk because your actions speak for you. So it's no point in even talking. You just do it, and then people gonna see what you do, and they gonna understand what you just did without you even talking. With arrogance, it's just a bunch of talking, no doing. You know what I mean? So I think, oh, my watch just went off. But anywho, yeah, just not leaning into arrogance instead of confidence. Just really coming to a self realization of what mindset and what mode you're really in. But confidence, if you don't have confidence, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you're gonna have to be a little delusional because you know obviously you're gonna have self doubt, but sometimes when you're reaching goals, you don't want to make it unrealistic, but you want to make it to the point where they might seem a little delusional to people. They're like, I don't know if you can do that, or why would you do that? Like, bro, that's too difficult. Like just not being scared of people. Yeah, I think doubting is a good word. Doubting what you say you're gonna do for yourself. Not being scared of that. Because a lot of people, when people tell them that, they back out. They're like, oh, he said I can't do it, so I can't do it. most of the time people are just saying that because they're scared to do what you want to do. So if I were you, I would do it anyway because that's what you want to do. Just because Simon says, uh, I don't think you can run that fast, or I don't think you can ace this test. They trying to just spew negativity onto you. Don't let that influence what you want to do. If you want to go take that test, or you want to go run, uh, I don't know, a 50-second 400 or whatever you want to do, then you put the work in, be consistent, and you do that because you want to do it. But yeah, next thing, I would say accountability. I feel like a lot of people, when just stuff goes to crap, they just start blaming. They're like, "Oh, he did this," or I hear it a lot in sports. Like, I mean, obviously it's a team effort, but they're like, "Oh, someone fumbled," or "Oh, someone missed that layup," or like, I mean, yeah, but like, you know, obviously you might think that in your head, but don't go pointing at people and shaming people because everybody makes mistakes. But mistakes are an issue unless that becomes a reoccurring issue and you just keep doing it because it seems like you're just being unintentional and you're just doing it mindlessly. But everybody, I wouldn't even say mistakes, everybody makes poor decisions. I think that's a better way to put it because I don't think anything's a mistake. I feel like pretty much everything is a lesson to be learned from. But yeah, just not be like, oh, he's the reason I failed this, or oh, he's the reason I didn't run this time, or like, bro, like it's on. To be honest, it's on. Like, I think that's why I like track so much, because bro, it's a pretty much an individual sport, unless you're a relay and you drop the baton or someone falls and trips. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, like if you're in the open four, open two, your time is your time. That's on you. I mean, you're running for the school, but the outcome of that event is on you and you only. You can't say, "Oh, uh, so and so did this." Nah, like you have to. Even when you're on the highest of the highs and the lowest of lows, you got to stand on business and you got to take accountability for what you did and what you did incorrectly or what you could have made a better decision on. That's on you and no one else. And sometimes, like let's say you're arguing with Ma Dukes and she or you're arguing with your dad or you're arguing with whoever and they're just pressing it. They're like, "Oh, you did this and blah blah blah." Just be like, "Yeah, okay. I apologize. Like I take accountability for that. That's on me." And then just move on. Because the thing is, if you just try and, I mean, I've done it before. You just try and debate. You're like, "Oh no, this is what happened. This what happened." You just finna make it worse, and you're gonna make everybody's lives worse. Okay, just even if you didn't do it, it's like all right, let's say someone murders someone. Like this is a very extreme case. Someone murders, like someone gets clapped, like someone just gets, bro, someone's geeshed and they just get clapped. You probably should not take accountability for that, because I mean you could get incarcerated for that. I would probably tell the feds what really, I mean, you don't want to be a snitch or whatever, but like I would not take accountability for that, obviously, because that's a little extreme. But if we're talking about like your mom says you ain't washed the dishes and your sister's actually the one who didn't wash the dish, bro, just say, okay, that's on me, I'll take care of it. Like, bro, just be the bigger person. But if you talking about someone's murdered, bro, I probably wouldn't take accountability because that's costing your life. But anywho, you get the pick. Just be accountable. When it's the highs of the highs, the lows of the lows, and stand on business. Just stand on business. Bird business. That's all I gotta say. But third thing, saying no to things that don't serve you well. I'd say I've gotten better at this, but obviously I think everybody can still work on this, including me. It's just, like let's say social media use, I'm gonna say excessive social media use, because everybody gonna use social media. It's not, I mean, people gonna be like, "Oh, I'm logging off, I'm finna get on my villain arc, I'm not talking to anyone." I've done that before to an extent, and it's not realistic. You need to, not you need to, but well, kind of. I would say you kind of need to. Like just go out there and interact with people that they have the same interests as you, and they're like-minded and they can push you, and they're not yes men and just go with anything you do. They hold you accountable. Like I was just saying, accountability. They hold you to a standard, and they just push you to be the best person you can be. It's it's okay to take time for yourself and reflect and really dive deep into who you are. Everybody needs that. I think everybody can disconnect and take time to just be in solitude and be in silence. But I don't personally feel like from experience, just closing yourself off and not talking to people and not, hanging out with people. Obviously, sometimes, you got to stand on what you got to do and you can't really hang out with people as much, but, just, you know, still, diving into a sense of community. I think that's very important just as a human being, just finding people that go along with what you like doing and what your goals are. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, like excessive social media use, just doom scrolling all day, looking at other people's lives. I mean, I've done it before. Just looking at what you, the sad thing about it, bro. You like, for me, bro, is just seeing people do what you want to do, and you just sitting there watching them do it instead of you getting up and doing it. Like, bro, that's sad, bro. Like, that's a bad spot to be. Like, you don't want to be like that, bro. Like, it's obviously good to see, people you follow. Like, obviously you want to follow people that kind of have the same interests as you and like can show you and give you good information around those interests. But if you're just sitting there, bro, and you just like doom scrolling, like, bro, he just ran this marathon, he just did this powerlifting meet, oh, she just got this new car, she just got these new heels, I don't know, just anything, bro. Like, just watching people do it instead of you building yourself and doing it, bro. Like, you just don't want to do that. And then also just negative people, bro, say no to them, bro, because all they're gonna do is drag you down to their level. I'm not saying you're better than. I'm talking about on a mental aspect. They're just gonna drag you down and drag your energy down and remove your energy, bro. You don't want to do that. Find people that are optimistic and positive, but realistic though. You don't want people that are just gonna tell you anything. But just make sure you find a happy medium, like people that are gonna be real, but they're not gonna hate on you and just be envious. But yeah, definitely just saying no to things and opportunities too. Some opportunities are not gonna serve you well. Some opportunities you gotta pass on, bro, because sometimes you gotta prioritize. Not even sometimes you gotta prioritize things all the time, bro. You gotta, okay, list things on a level of importance. Like, okay, most important thing, go to the gym, eat healthier, um, take care of school, just eight, like, just in your mind, make a priority list. But yeah, it's saying no a little bit more. Because to be honest, a lot of the stuff in life is redundant and it's unimportant. But another thing, this is number 4, keeping your word. I feel like a lot of people, and I ain't gonna lie, I used to do this a lot, like freshman, sophomore year. You tell people, like, let's say, I'm gonna go back to like the parent thing because it's realistic. You tell your mom you finna take the trash out at 3 p.m. It's 10 p.m. You ain't take the trash out, and she's like, "Why didn't you take the trash out?" And you probably knew about it, but you just didn't want to do it, so you just didn't do it, right? It might seem as small as that, but to be honest, on a bigger scale, let's say you're at a job and you tell your boss, okay, I'm gonna, they give you a position or they give you a task to do or whatever, and it's like a big, like it's part of a big project, and you say you're gonna do it and you don't do it. You not doing it will go on to somebody else and make their life even harder. And it just shows that you're not dependable. And your boss can be like, I can't depend on him. I'm finna fire him. Same thing in real life, bro. And to be honest, it's gonna be even harder on yourself because you're gonna realize you can't set a standard for yourself and you you're not dependable. People and yourself, you can't really depend on yourself to do what you need to do. So, it's just important to, whenever you say something, bro, because that's why, everybody knows words are powerful. If you say you're gonna do something, just do it. Like, it's dead simple. Like, if you don't want to do it, then don't say it. Keep it in your head and keep it pushing. But if you want to do it, then say it and then stand on business. Like, it's pretty simple, bro. Like, don't go around telling people, "Oh, I'm about to get this new car or I'm about to get this new chain," and you pull up 2 weeks later. Where's the chain at? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you get the point. Just, if you say you're gonna do something, you know, go into action and do it. You don't have to really speak on it after the fact. You say you're gonna do it, but just make sure them actions line up with what you said. Because if they don't, then it just shows you're unreliable. To be honest. Um, Next one. I think this is my favorite one on this list. This one's very important today. Like, not even today's, just in general as a human being, not comparing yourself to others. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm still working on this, bro. But I feel like with social media, with Photoshop and just these unrealistic. I mean, I could go on for days about the stuff people do to just look better. Like plastic surgery. Now they got Ozempic. People taking Ozempic so they can lose buku weight, and it's just the health effects are crazy. But that's another story. But yeah, just people like showing like females painted a certain way and males painted a certain way, and it's just unreal. I mean, obviously it can be attainable, but most of that stuff is unrealistic and it's not sustainable at all. I see a lot of this in diet culture because when people want to eat healthy, I kind of mentioned it in what I think it was episode 3, the one I was yapping about nutrition, that episode. um let's just say like you want to eat healthy and people just go cold turkey and then they just start eating salads with just romaine lettuce and like maybe two strawberries, and they eat that for 3 meals a day. Like everybody knows you're not going to stick with that, and it's unsustainable, and that's not realistic, and it's not even a healthy way of eating. That's very orthorexic and just crazy, to be honest. Like, nah, you shouldn't do that. But yeah, it just pretty much black and white thinking. You're like, it has to be this way or it has to be this way. It's no in between. It's no gray area. And to be honest, most of your life should be in the gray area. It should be, you know, I wouldn't say, yeah, you'd give yourself some grace, but you're being, intentional and consistent, and, you're being determined, but you're also being realistic. Cause I feel like a lot of people are just unrealistic and they just set unattainable goals that they can't hit within set amount of time. Like you have to give yourself a good amount of time, but you have to be deliberate and intentional. That's the thing. Like you can't just say, I'm going to eat salad three meals a day. Like, bro, ain't nobody in their right mind finna do that. Like, bro, just, not comparing yourself. Everybody has their own journeys, and everybody's journey should not be the same. Because if it was all the same, it'd just be boring and everybody be identical. Like, everybody should be different. Everybody should progress at different rates. Just because someone runs faster than you and you run a little bit slower than them, I mean, like, cause I've dealt with that too. Like in track, like you see other people run faster, they have a faster time, or they drive out better than you, or whatever. Just looking at where you started. Cause like if I compare myself from when I first started track to now, bro, it's a world of a difference. Like the time I ran in the 400 in freshman year to now is like by seconds. It's crazy. Just looking at your journey instead of comparing it to your buddy or whoever else. Just being realistic. It's always good to see. Not, I wouldn't say it's always good, but it's good sometimes to see what other people are you doing. But don't let that be the end all be all. But yeah, it's the last one I got. This one's an interesting one because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. It's being content but not complacent. It's just, whenever you hit a big goal in life, you get to a really good chapter in life, I feel like a lot of people, they just be like, "Oh, I could have done this," or "Oh, that's not really that important." Just really sitting there and really reflecting on all the days and all the, effort you put into that, cuz if you don't really acknowledge it, then you're just going to be lost. And I think it's a really big issue when you're trying to do things for other people rather than yourself. Like, I would say the best way to go about it is proving yourself right instead of proving others wrong. Just doing things to prove to yourself that I can do this and I can, you know, be a strong person and do what I set out to do and be consistent and, just be disciplined in what I want to do. And I feel like when people have like a chip on their shoulder and they're trying to do it just because someone said you can't, I feel like that's where people go wrong, Like, it's just, I would say being content is very, everybody. I feel like everybody needs to be content, but being complacent, that's where stuff starts getting a little dicey. If you're being complacent, I think you really see this in the music industry because a lot of artists, when they get that big hit and they get that, get a lot of cash, they don't. I mean, to be honest, they don't have to make good music anymore because they're already stable. So they just start putting half music and they're putting out mediocre music and they're just kind of floating around. And to be honest, their music isn't really good at all. And maybe they lose fans or whatever. But to be honest, it doesn't matter because they already got the money and they got a big mansion and they got a bunch of cars and they got women and they got shoes and clothes and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just, acknowledging where you are in life, but not just sitting there. I feel like life is just a bunch of chapters. Once you close that chapter, you reflect and you're like, okay, I did this. I'm very proud of that accomplishment. Just moving on and figuring out, okay, how else can I progress and how else can I challenge myself in life? I feel like that's the big goal in life, just progressing little by little by little and just stacking bricks over and over and over again. But yeah, just take time to fully submerge yourself in the goal, but don't get too attached to it because time doesn't wait for anyone. So yeah, but yeah, I just went over these six goals or six key components of having a strong character because I feel like is like the character and mindset is the main two things of an individual can have in life. So I feel like if you don't have that, you don't have anything really. It's just you don't really have anything to stand on. You don't have any standards or morals. It's just really just setting a standard for yourself and just going through with it. But yeah, I hope those six components help y'all out and help y'all progress in life and be better human beings. And that's it for today.